These are 8 times somebody camping alone caught something on camera they couldn't explain. And the further this goes, the harder it gets to put any of it down to an animal. So let's get into it. Case 1. In November 2025, the channel Backcountry Discoveries posted footage from a hunting trip in the mountains of Alberta. The 2 men in it, Frank and Don, are indigenous hunters, and the clip picks up late in the day once the hunt is already over. Frank is on his ATV, riding back across the bush to where he left Don so the 2 of them can get out together before the light goes. Out here, that machine is not a comfort. It is the difference between a short ride and hours of walking over ground that gets harder the darker it gets.
Shit, man.
So the plan for the night dies with it. The ATV was how the 2 of them were going to meet up and ride out together. On foot, a long way in, Frank still has to reach Don. He sets off through the trees and starts calling for him.
Dawn? Dawn?
No answer comes back. As he walks, he starts to notice something else moving out to the side of him, in the same direction he is going. At first, there is nothing strange in that. These are woods full of animals, and a man on foot after dark expects to hear them. But the longer he listens, the harder the sound is to set aside, because it keeps pace with him. When he slows, it seems to slow. When he stops, it stops. Then it becomes something he can no longer explain to himself. That is the moment his night stops being a walk back to a friend and turns into something he is trying to survive. He stops looking for Dawn. He does not stop to look at it or film it. He just moves. There is a name in his community for the things said to walk these mountains at night. They call it the Walks Tall Forest Beast, and that name is part of how Frank reads what happened to him. It is not proof of what was out there. The footage never gives you a clean look at anything. The reason the clip exists at all is that it has an ending. He reaches the truck. Whatever was pacing him does not. The tape only holds the sounds, the dark, and a man deciding the smartest thing left to do was get out. Case 2. In June 2024, the channel Welcome to the Woods UK posted a solo camp in a piece of British woodland its owner knows better than almost anyone. He has hunted and worked this ground since he was a teenager, and he is not a man who believes in monsters. So when a man like that tells you he does not believe there is a monster out here, it carries some weight. That is exactly what makes the first thing he finds sit so badly with him. He is out checking his trail cameras after a stretch of bad weather when he stops at a mark in the ground.
Everybody, I'd like to welcome you back to the woods once again. If you've tuned in again for me once more, thank you very much. Right, believe me, I have not neglected coming in here. I've been in here quite frequently over the last couple of weekends. I did bivvy bag the other side of the woodland. Took the cameras with me, but nothing really happened, and I didn't really use it as a bushcraft sort of experience. It was more of a camp out and see what happens, and nothing really happened, so hence why you haven't seen any more video of it. We've had one hell of a storm come in here the last couple of days, so I'm just coming in to check the cameras, make sure they're all still okay. We've got no big trees down and all the rest of it.
It is a boot print, and it is not his. It is a large one, pressed into a part of the wood he had no reason to think anyone else was using. He has had trouble with trespassers here before, so a stranger's boot is not, on its own, proof that anything is wrong. But it is enough that he wants eyes on this place when he is not standing in it. So he sets up a live camera that sends an alert straight to his phone so he can watch this exact spot from home. And then, print or no print, he decides to camp out here overnight anyway.
That's massive. My BK2 next to it. It's just slightly larger than my BK2. Oh, I want to trip myself out, but that looks like a toe as well. My God. There's another impression up there as well. But this is seriously something worth noting.
By first light, he has had enough and packs up. What he does before he leaves tells you what kind of man he is. He is less worried about ghosts than about the chance that a real person is out there hurt.
Yeah, but there's definitely someone out there. Fuck's sakes. 2 seconds. Hello?
He finds nobody, and he drives home believing that whatever it was, it is finished. Days later, in bed, his phone goes off in the middle of the night. It is the live camera. Watch the tree line on the left of the frame. The clock on it reads 4:12 in the morning, hours after he had already walked the wood and told himself it was empty. His own read still is not a ghost. He put more cameras out afterward and, by his own account, got no closer to an answer. But the print he had nearly talked himself out of worrying about does not look like nothing anymore. It looks like the first time this person left a mark, and the camera catching them at 4:12 looks like the night they came back. Case 3. In November 2024, Exploring with Owen posted what he calls the scariest night of his life. The thing that matters about it is that it is his first real night in a tent. He is camped in his own backyard, with friends, never alone, in a forest, and you can see it in what he packs.
Tonight, I'm going to be camping overnight in the forest by myself. As you can see, I'm still packing my stuff. I have my clothing in here, I have an air mattress and a lantern in this backpack, I have my tent and my blankets.
He gets dropped at the edge of the woods, which is worth holding on to because it means he has no car out here. He walks in, and almost straight away something in the trees goes over.
Alright guys, I just got dropped off with all my stuff, but I was walking just barely with my stuff and I heard a giant crash over there, over in that direction. It literally sounded like a tree falling over. I don't know what that was. I just really hope there's not people in this forest, because that actually scared me so bad.
He decides it sounds like a falling tree, tells himself that is all it was, and pushes on to a flat clearing to set up. For a while, it is just a nervous first-timer settling in. Then, while he is filling his air mattress, another sound. He makes himself set that aside too.
This is going to be my home for the next 24 hours. I found this nice little flat area here, so I think it should be good for a tent setup. Alright, now that I have all my stuff here, it's time to start setting up. We are now inside the tent, fully away from the mosquitoes. Now guys, I'm probably going to inflate my air mattress and set up my bed. I just heard sticks now. I'm not even kidding. Hoping that's just the wind. But once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's... Is that a gunshot? But once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's... Is that a gunshot? I literally think I just heard a gunshot. I don't know if that picked up on camera. I hope it did. Bro, I don't want this to be a scary video. It's just supposed to be solo camping.
And turns in around 9. A little after 2, footsteps outside the tent wake him. This is the decision the whole video turns on. The safe thing is to stay in the tent. Instead, he talks himself into going out into the dark to look. A carved mark and a moth batting at his light, and that is all. Neither of those things made footsteps.
Guys, I just woke up. It's like 2 a.m. and I just heard footsteps outside of the tent. Literally woke me up. It was so loud. They went away though. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to go out and check, but I'm kind of scared too. I think we're gonna go out and check. It is so dark out. Definitely better. I'm just gonna use my phone flashlight. You know what? I'll use both. Here's my... The footsteps came from like over here. They sounded like it was right here. My tent is right there. Guys, look at this. There's something floating right here. Look at that. It's cool. Whoa. Whoa, there's a moth attacking me. It's attacking my light. Yeah, I really don't know. Wait, guys, what is this? There's some sort of marking on the tree.
He tells himself it is nothing and goes back to bed. Then it happens again, and this time the sound does not stay in one place.
Hello? I'm not sleeping here. I am not sleeping here. I'm shaking so bad. Look at my hand.
That is the moment it stops being a noise he can hang on wind or an animal and starts being, in his own mind, a person walking a slow circle around him in the dark. And a person changes what he does. He grabs only what he cannot afford to lose and gets on his bike, because the bike is the fastest way out of woods he was dropped into with no other ride. He rides out in the dark and comes back for the rest of his gear in daylight. He never worked out who was walking around the tent. Case 4. Owen left because he became convinced someone was circling his tent. The next man knew the stories attached to his forest before he ever pitched in it. In October 2023, Truesdale TV posted a solo stealth camp in Ballybully Forest in Northern Ireland, a place locals have warned people away from for a very long time. The creator, William, is not walking into it blind. He goes in knowing its reputation, and that colors the way he reads every sound he hears.
But I guess you feel the goosebumps at the minute. I don't know if it's just because I've been cold or there's something here with me. Something sinister. But here, if I'm freaking dying.
The ground fights him too. It is all slope, so he pitches farther back off the trail than he wanted, close enough that he can still hear the road. That road noise becomes his tether, the one reminder that the ordinary world is still nearby. To pass the evening, He reads the forest's history out loud to himself, alone, in the dark. The disappearances going back centuries. A 1987 report of 2 walkers who followed a woman crying and found 4 hooded figures standing motionless in the trees. He is filling the silence with the one thing most likely to make it worse. And then a sound arrives that is not coming off the page.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It was definitely a thump. Right? Guess it's turning the Barrens project, that shit.
He sets a second camera up outside the tent and watches the feed on his phone, trying to put something, even just a screen, between himself and whatever is out there. The feed shows him nothing, which is somehow worse, because the sound does not stop.
Or did I just hear something there? There's something saying to me, William, stop back. Because if you want me to come, I will come and see you. No, I'm not. I do not want you to come. You stay where you are in there. Spirits or wherever you are. I don't want you near me. I heard something there.
By morning, he has decided he is done, and before he hikes out, he does the thing a lot of these campers end up doing once the ordinary explanations have run dry.
First things first, we need to do the whole ritual thing, don't we? Any unclean spirits, you are not allowed to attach to me. You have to stay here. You cannot come home with me. It's not your place. You must stay here. I think that's good, isn't it? Let's get out of here. Just need to navigate our way back to the trail. And once we're on the trail, we don't have too far to go. We're back at the car. Hear that? From there? From here? So now it's come outside. Get pissed too. Right, I'm gonna turn these off for a minute or two. The f***? Did you hear that? Did you f***ing hear that? My heart's going off. Who's out there? Right, we have to investigate this shit. I can't sleep in here with this shit. I'm gonna get myself worked out.
He tells whatever might be in the forest that it is not allowed to follow him home. It is the kind of thing you only say out loud once part of you has stopped being sure. None of that proves anything crossed the tree line that night. What it shows is a man who arrived skeptical enough to camp alone in a place with this reputation, and left unwilling to bet that the stories were only stories. Case 5. In November 2024, Chris Baird posted a night camping with his friend Jasko in a place they call the Devil's Forest, a stretch of woodland with a recorded history of witch trials and drownings going back to the 1600s. They know that history going in. What they do not expect is how much of the night turns out to be about other living people. It starts near the water, enough that they call out asking who is there, and around the same time, a black pickup they have already noticed once comes back around. A truck passing once is nothing. A truck you have already seen coming back in a place this empty is the kind of thing that starts to feel deliberate.
No, we are going to hit some trails tonight. We are definitely going to venture out a little bit. But we got to at least get set up first. Whoa! What was that? It's okay. Keep your eyes open, guys. If you do see anything tonight that we miss, please let us know. The start of something beautiful. We'll just gotta keep cleaning this up.
Then a car passes on the road, and in the seconds around it, a scream comes out of the trees.
Yo! Fucking pond. I heard that.
They are trying to set cameras up, and now they are standing still, working out whether that came from a person. On top of it, more than once, they hear what sounds like a distant gunshot. That is the point they make a rule for the night.
Hello?
Bro, what was that? I think I just caught a shadow figure moving in front of you. That was crazy. Yeah, that was sick.
From there, the woods stop cooperating. The trail gets harder to follow, tighter, and Chris starts saying it feels like the place is rearranging around him, like paths are not where they were an hour ago. It is the kind of thing a person says when they are cold, turned around, and no longer sure of the way back to the road. He knows how that sounds, and he says so out loud. It is his read of a dark, unfamiliar wood, not a claim that trees moved, but it is enough that he cannot trust his own sense of the way out. Their whole method rests on the cameras and microphones catching what they cannot quite catch themselves.
Is there anybody out here? Is that a whistle? I can't get myself to go down there, bro. I just can't.
So they keep filming everything and stay until morning. What they come out with is a lot of sound and very little that resolves. The truck, the scream, the gunshots, the shifting trail, none of it gets tied off. And the most concrete thing about the whole night is also the plainest. Not a legend and not a ghost, but that same black pickup they kept seeing, and no explanation at all for why it kept coming back. Case 6. Chris never found out who was in that truck. The next man knew exactly who might be standing in the dark outside his tent, because they had been after him for years. In September 2024, the channel Hunting the Dead posted a backyard campout at Dean's haunted mansion. A haunted attraction, its owner, Jody, is in the middle of selling. But the reason this one works is not the mansion. It is the man camping with him, a friend he calls Mask.
But I found out a lot, man, and that's why we're here, is they basically, this organization you are a part of, they prey on people that are in weak states, weak mental health. Do you want to talk about some of the things you endured and like what it's done to you?
I really hated that whenever I joined them. Well, at first, I didn't know I'd be doing all this stuff. They kept all that secret until a few months later. And then they told me do this and that. And then I found you. If I didn't do anything, they would do stuff. Bad stuff.
There was a few times that you tried to leave them, and what happened that made you not leave?
They would beat me every time I tried to do something that they didn't want me to. Like being friends with you, trying to leave them, telling the cops and shit about them. They always find me somehow.
They wanted Mask to break into Jody's accounts, and when he refused, they beat him for it. He got out, but by his account, they never fully left him alone. Hold on to that, because it is the frame for the whole night. Whatever happens out there could be the ghost the video is nominally about, or it could be a real person from Mask's past with a real reason to be standing in that yard. Early on, the night behaves like a normal ghost hunt. They run a spirit box. the app that strings sounds into what people hear as words, and it gives them one.
My home. Oh my God. Dude, what? The first response, guys, my home. I am selling your home, yes. I bought your home and I am now selling your home.
Take that as what the app did, not proof of who said it. But not long after, the night stops feeling like a seance.
What the fuck is that? Dude, there was just something that made some kind of noise over there. Bro, that was creepy. You can take your time to communicate. I'm... What was that? Bro, did you hear that? Yeah. We want to protect you, it says. Is that what you really want to do? Or are you trying to mislead me? It's crazy. As soon as we start this spirit box session, I hear what sounded like a scream from a distance, and then there's all kinds of like little noises. It says Cyrus.
Jody says he can see a large figure standing off in the distance, which could be the shape of a person, or the shape a mind reaches for in a place it already believes is haunted.
Bro, what the fuck? Hold on.
Energy changed and I felt like something was chasing me.
Wait, it felt like something was chasing you?
Yeah.
Hold on, this isn't turning back on. Hold on 1 second. Here, I'll use my phone. Hold on. Dude, this is crazy, bro. What the heck is going on here? You said was it like something running after you?
Yeah. Right behind me.
Okay. Dude, whatever loud noise that was, that freaked me out, and I heard something like that when I was over there.
And then the tent itself starts moving.
Dude, it's everywhere. There's no way. It sounds like there's 10 fucking people out there, bro.
Is there any deers over here?
Yeah, but I don't think deers would be... Deers wouldn't be doing that mask. I'm gonna pray. In Jesus' name I pray. God, I ask that you let angels watch over us. Keep us safe on this journey. In Jesus' name I pray. Dude, something's touching right here. It's happening everywhere. It's over there. It's right here. That sounds physical. That sounds like somebody's actually right there, bro. If there is somebody out there, I am warning you. I do not want no trouble, but I will discharge my firearm. I promise you.
That is the moment the whole thing changes, because a spirit box is one thing, a set of sounds you have to interpret, but a tent being pushed in is physical. Something with weight is doing it. Listen to who Jody is talking to now. He is not asking a spirit to make itself known. He is telling a human being that he is armed.
Maybe it's gonna stop. Maybe it stopped, I don't know. There's a bunch of things, like, everywhere. I don't see anything.
And more than once he actually goes out to look. Every time, nothing is there, which does not settle it, because an empty yard fits a ghost and it also fits a person who knows how to not be seen. The app keeps throwing out lines through the small hours.
Are we just possibly speculating, spirit stereotyping? Maybe you're a good spirit.
The devil is real! Holy shit, bro. The devil is real. You've got to be kidding me.
I know what time you peed at, Mr. Dean.
Bro! What the fuck? Dude, somebody just tried to grab my head. Somebody just tried to grab my head.
They last until around 5 in the morning, and in the daylight, packing up, Jody finds the detail the whole video is named for.
Has it always been open?
Wait, what?
That.
I don't know, and I don't care. Dude, I say we call it a night, bro.
Hey.
Whoa! Dude, you're telling me that somebody... That was a physical person, bro. So all night long, people have been messing with us?
Yeah.
I'm getting fucking ate up. How am I getting ate up inside the tent?
A flap on their tent, unzipped and opened from the outside, while the two of them were inside it. That is the piece that pushes him off the fence. A zip does not undo itself, and it does not undo itself from the wrong side. Whatever else happened that night, Jody comes away certain of one thing. At some point, real hands were on that tent. The footage cannot tell you whose. It can only tell you that the two men filming were not, at every moment, as alone as a backyard should be. Case 7. Jody at least had a name for who might be outside. The last real case is a man who spends 2 nights unable to land on one, and the answers he does get keep getting stranger. In March 2024, CJ Faison posted a video with a blunt title. That is the forest in New Jersey with the Jersey Devil legend attached to it, but the legend is not really what this turns into. Almost everything that unnerves him is human, or looks like it. It starts before the trip even happens, with an email from one of his viewers.
We actually came out here and we were like, hey, listen, we're going to camp out. We're going to see if the New Jersey Devil is real. We're going to see if there's anything haunted about this place. It is confirmed, in my opinion, that the Pine Barrens are haunted. But I have an even more disturbing discovery that an email came in from one of you viewers and said, CJ, not sure if you really know about this. This is the email that I got.
Dear CJ, I hope this message finds you well. I am a longtime admirer of your thrilling explorations, and your recent video in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey was no exception. However, I felt a pressing need to reach out to you after your latest video. The man you encountered might not be just a random passerby. Given the history and the kinds of activities known to occur in such secluded areas, it's plausible that he could be someone hired by the mob to oversee and protect sensitive spots. These areas might contain things they wish to keep hidden from the public eye. While this is merely a caution, I believe it's worth considering to ensure your safety and that of your team in future explorations. These locations are not just coordinates on a map, they are places where the veil between our world and the unknown seems exceptionally thin. If you decide to explore these, please proceed with utmost care, keeping in mind the safety of yourself and your team. Lastly, the Shadow Path is particularly notorious for its unsettling ambiance. Those who have ventured there speak of an oppressive feeling of being watched, and the shadow figures that inhabit this trail are unlike anything documented elsewhere. It's a place of profound mystery, but equally significant risk. Stay safe, CJ, and may your curiosity continue to lead you to wondrous discoveries.
It is not a vague warning, and it describes his campsite closely enough that CJ, reading it back, says out loud that whoever wrote it seemed to know exactly where he had been. A stranger knowing the forest is one thing, a stranger knowing his spot is another. He goes back anyway, with friends, and on that trip, one of them opens a car door that should not be open.
It is hard to navigate with these.
Bro, what the fuck? Why are my doors open? What
Get the fuck out of here right now. No way. No fucking way.
Dude, my fucking camera gear is everywhere.
Dude, somebody broke into your car.
Dude, what the fuck? Our fucking booking information's in here too. Whoever it is has our fucking contact information now too. Like, where the fuck? The lens cap? My bag?
Oh, they stole your shit though.
There's batteries, like, dude,
Bro, oh, they scratched the fuck out of your car, Dylan.
no. Bro, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
God God damn it, dude.
What all they steal?
I don't know. My camera's
Wait,
at least here.
You gotta be somebody around here right now. Hang on. Should I turn my truck off?
I don't know.
They take apart your camera?
Yeah, like the lens cap's all the way over there. Like my lens.
All right, hang on a second. Let me turn my truck off. Oh shit! I left my door open. I'm a dumbass.
Somebody has been inside the vehicle. This is the beat that changes the register of the whole night, because a car is not folklore. His booking details and his contact information were sitting in there, which means whoever went through it now has his information and is still somewhere out here. From there it comes apart.
Hello? Oh! Oh no, motherfucker! I will beat your ass if you catch me, you motherfucker! You motherfucker! You! Ah! What the? Oh! Oh! That. Oh, Dylan, there's somebody down there. There's somebody down there, Dylan. Oh. Oh, bro, I ain't run the fast in forever. Oh, shit. Ow, my side.
My spirit talker just said can't breathe.
Huh?
My spirit talker just said can't breathe.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, what the f?
This was a yell.
What the fuck is going on out here?
I don't know. Get to a section back there, it's got all water. All water back there. Like 2 lanes. You can't go this way, can't go that way. So I'm like, all right, no problem. I turn around, start walking back this way.
Yeah.
And I thought I heard something. I thought I heard a voice. So I turned around. I said, hello. Immediately after I said hello.
Dude, what is going on?
Fuck this way.
Do you think it's an actual person?
I don't know who. I don't know who it could be. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's no cars around. There's like no way that this could be a person. I'm like hyperventilating right now. That was scary as hell.
Dude, I heard it and I thought it was you screaming. I mean, I might have just heard you screaming.
A scream keeps coming out of the dark, and at first each of them assumes it was the other one, until they are standing together and it happens again. The spirit box on Dylan's phone keeps producing the same idea, that there is a group of people out there that they should come deeper in.
What? That makes no damn sense. What is that noise? What's that music? Where is that coming from?
That's behind us. Definitely behind us. That's ice cream truck music, bro. That's ice cream truck music. Keep shining your light down there. Keep shining your light down there. Who the fuck brings the ice cream truck back here?
I don't know. My spirit talker said there's a group of us.
There's a group of us? That's what you said?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
You can hear like the hum of it coming closer too.
Yeah.
It stopped. Wait, stop.
Take that for what it is, an app, not a head count. The strong evidence is not the phone. It is the email that knew his spot, the car that was opened, and a scream neither of them can source. And on top of all of it, they are cold. It is well after dark, and there is no signal and no houses for miles. And then, across the bridge, a sound starts up that none of it accounts for. It is ice cream truck music. It is around 9 at night. It is close to freezing, and there is nowhere out here for a truck like that to be going and no one for it to sell to. They do not wait to find out what it wants. They get in the vehicles and drive. Across those 2 nights, CJ came away with a car that had been opened and stripped of its privacy, a voice on an app naming a group, and a scream in a forest where, by nearly every ordinary sign, real people were moving around him. Almost all of it points at human beings. The one thing that does not, the one thing none of the human explanations touch, is the truck and where it went. Case 8. The last one on this list is not like the other 7, and that is the point of ending on it.
What's this? What the?
In October 2020, a filmmaker who posts as No Egg Craig put out a short called Don't Go Camping Alone. It is not real footage. He made it, on purpose, as a Halloween short, and it is worth being plain about that after 7 nights that actually happened. But he built it out of the exact shape those real nights keep taking, which is why it belongs here at the end.
Hello? Anyone there?
It opens the way most of them opened. One person, by themselves, in the dark, hearing something they cannot place, and doing the ordinary thing of going to check.
Who's there? Hello? Someone there? Okay. That's not.
He decides it is nothing and lets it go, which is the same small decision Owen made, and the welcome to the woods man made, and William made in his forest. The difference is that in the real cases, the person still walked out, and here a writer gets to follow it all the way down.
What's this? What the?
It is the one invented story in the video. It still lands because every real night before it started in the same place. Somebody alone, hearing something, telling themselves it was nothing.